friend, like a Congolese friend who was cool with he was friends with these druggy Russian kids that were our age. And I was 5 and he was 8, and he's like, Aryan, you know how people make kids? And I was like, yeah, they kiss, obviously. And he's like, no, no. Something comes out of your dick. It's like a
Oh
little
my
worm.
god.
And it goes into the woman when you put it in her. I was like, yo!
Hi guys, welcome to This Is Not a Podcast. We have some topics and Shamini or Aryan will lead those topics.
Yeah, rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh my
Fuck. Go first.
Go for it.
Oh, fuck.
I
lost.
won.
I feel like the person who wins should go first.
If you don't have one, I can go.
Okay. You guys are in a foreign city with your significant other. They have been kidnapped by the local militia. You search for them the whole evening with the cops. You come back home to the hotel. Do you do your whole skincare routine when you get back?
Has this happened for real? Or is this hypothetical?
It's a hypothetical.
It's too
It's a hypothetical.
specific.
It's a hypothetical. Something bad happens to your loved one. You're out searching for them in the city in a foreign land. When you come back home,
Yeah.
are you just washing your face, going to sleep, or are you doing your whole 10
It depends on which loved one.
Yeah.
It depends which city also.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I used to be the kind of person who would not do their skincare and be worried, stressed, all of that. But now I'm just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Me first.
Yeah, me first. Self-love.
Self-love.
Yeah.
Can't lose my skin as well as my...
Yeah, I've already lost something.
Yeah, might as well preserve.
What
the
about
one
you?
I have.
What are the chances that this person comes back?
I don't know the chances. That's what. You don't know anything. It's the first day.
But see, if they're coming back, you don't want your skin to look bad.
I mean, I'm just going to take a
Facts.
shower. I guess with that, the skincare happens.
Skin just cares for
Yeah.
itself.
But it's like the idea of when you go to a funeral, are you wearing lipstick? Are you dressing
No.
up? Are
When
you...
I'm
No.
going to a funeral, I'm not wearing lipstick.
Whose funeral?
So it depends.
No, for me it
No,
doesn't
I
depend.
don't
I'm not
makeup.
wearing lipstick. It's a funeral.
Well, what is the guy's equivalent for lipstick?
I feel like tucking your shirt in or something. Or no socks
that's-
with moccasins.
No, that's again too basic.
Too basic.
Yeah.
What's the guy equivalent to perfume? I feel like
Yeah,
perfume.
perfume.
Like, are you putting
So
perfume?
what's the point of smelling bad at a fucking funeral?
It's gonna smell like shit anyway. It's a funeral, or unless there's flowers. I don't know. But I feel like personally,
Like, okay, gelling your hair or whatever, maybe.
yeah, styling your hair. Okay, that's the equivalent. Of
I'd style my hair for sure.
before a funeral.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Which funeral?
I mean, unless it's somebody very, very close and I'm too sad to do any of
That's
these
what
things.
I meant.
But if I was just going for a funeral who I was not that close to, I would definitely...
But I just feel like even at your saddest and most distraught, when you look in the mirror, you're always thinking like, damn, I look kind of nice when I cry. I
Wait,
feel like
what?
most people are like that.
Yeah, I'm like
I
that.
believe
I'm like
believe
that.
most people are like that.
I'm
I
like
think,
that.
I think
As
most
in,
people will
like,
do
oh,
their
I look
skincare
good
routine.
now.
So
Yeah.
if I cry and I happen to look in the mirror, I'm
Happened
like,
to-
damn, why am I crying?
So you're just like, oh, damn.
Basically. Sometimes you're crying and walking around and then you stumble upon a mirror.
That's never happened to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if I lost a loved one in a city, I would. If I had a skincare routine, I would do it. I feel like I feel like maintaining your routine is important.
The motherfucker doesn't even do skincare.
Exactly
routine
my
when-
point.
When there's no loved one to be lost.
Yeah.
Did you just come up with this topic?
No, it's like a very popular question.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
Yeah, it's like a.
You wear sunscreen once a month.
This is not meant to be an attack towards me, guys. It was a
What if
question of
that
your.
once a month lands on the same day?
But
Speaking
yeah,
about losing people, we lost Virat Kohli to Test
Oh my
cricket.
god.
Oh my
Jesus
god. What is
Guy-
it? What is the
guy-
big deal behind that?
Guy, what's your opinion about Virat Kohli
I
retiring?
don't give a shit. Is my opinion. But go on.
No, but so just to give you all context, he is considered to be one of the greatest captains in Test cricket, and he's fully revolutionized the format. And
Format of?
Test cricket. So
Okay.
in the era where consider T20 to be reels, Test cricket is like a YouTube vlog.
What is the
Um,
test cricket, guy?
I don't know. I genuinely
They're
don't
answering questions
I don't
and
care about
then
cricket, so I
they
will
take your
not
test.
learn about it.
So basically, 2020 is 20 overs cricket. So each team bats 20
it's
overs.
over
Each-
20 times.
One day cricket is 50 overs, but that takes one whole day. And test cricket is you
I don't
play
know what
over
an
5
over
days.
is.
Over is person
6
bowling 6 balls.
Oh, okay.
That one person has to bowl 6 balls,
Okay.
basically. But yeah, so I mean, it's significant because India is a country that worships cricket, and Virat Kohli is a guy who has changed the entire scene. Like earlier, your cricket players used to be fat, unfit, and
You're saying like he's changed, like
he's really changed everything. Like Sharan will obviously be able to speak more on this.
As a fat, unfit man, please. begin.
How are you never interested in cricket?
I don't know. Like you hit me twice in the balls. I feel like all my love for that went after that.
For me, it started from like 5th grade because it Pokemon time, and my dad used to bring like his friends home if there's a cricket match happening. So it used to always like I had like a vendetta against him. Like I used to have proper fights with him. But yeah, but I did like the camaraderie that comes with watching with a group, and that was always like a thing.
Yeah, cricket is only fun
I'm
for
sure
the
it's
vibes.
the
Like if you're
same.
watching with friends and you're sitting there in front of TV and then you're talking and you're eating and stuff, that's
Yeah,
nice.
because otherwise,
But
I
on its
just-
own, following it is, I think, quite fucking boring because it's such a slow sport.
So Test cricket is the slowest format of that
Yeah, which is
sport.
crazy.
But it's supposed to be the purest form
Of
of
cricket.
cricket. Why can't you speak?
Yeah.
About what?
Why
About
did
cricket.
Virat?
Why do I have to
Is
speak to
it, why did Virat Kohli retire? Isn't it kind of
Yeah,
shady?
like why is it significant? Why did you shed a tear? Give us the.
No, I just feel sad that he's not. He's one of my heroes, and he's not going to play cricket anymore. But
Are you crying under those glasses right now?
But I just like.
But what
the,
is he
the
retired?
reason? No, the reason it's such a big deal is because cricket becomes shorter and shorter as time progresses because like people's attention spans and like business wise, it's just easier to have shorter forms of cricket. But like when Virat Kohli was the captain of the Indian cricket team, he made Test cricket interesting for people to watch. So, which
But
is like really hard to do.
Is he retiring because he's towards the end of his career? Is it because
I mean, there's
his
a lot
age?
of like, there's a lot of
Yeah, I was gonna-
speculation that he retired because he wanted to become captain again. They didn't let him become captain. Then that they would have replaced him anyway in the future.
But is there like a retirement age thingy for cricket?
No,
Because
no,
for
no.
football there is no like sometimes.
Yeah, football that's like
Depending,
35 to 40.
yeah.
In cricket, is that a thing?
No, in cricket you can play like Dhoni's 43 and he's playing in the IPL, so it's a slower sport, so you can play.
And
longer.
Test cricket, I think you can pay till late, like later all also, right? Like,
I mean, back
Yeah,
in
but
the
he
day,
can,
you
it's
could-
not like he does like he might come back from retirement. Like
No,
how Messi's done this. Messi's done this like 3 times where he's like, fuck it, I'm
that's why
leaving.
Messi's lame. He can't stick
No,
to one
in
thing.
cricket that doesn't
Yeah.
happen. Once you retire, you retire.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think there's ever a player who's like,
Retired
especially in
and then
India,
come back.
who's retired and come back. Yeah. And like the reason it's such a big deal is because people think he's still like fit enough to play, and he has the form and everything. It's just that I think he's just annoyed with like the selectors and
yeah.
stuff.
Is it because he
Is it
liked
like
that girl's
politics?
post?
Avneet Kaur.
Wait, what is that?
Yeah, what is
I
that
still
about?
don't know.
So basically, there's some person called Avneet Kaur, and Virat Kohli liked her fan page's post,
Okay.
not even her own actual profile post.
Hmm.
And then he unliked it or whatever and put up a story saying
But what was
it
the-
was by mistake, the algorithm.
It was just like it would have just been a thirst trap or something, and he liked it, and then
Yeah,
people
no,
were
it was
like,
a thirst
"Whoa."
trap. It was a thirst trap. He
Yeah.
liked it.
But
So
And
now
wait,
there
wait. Before he posted that story, did people call her out being like, "Oh my God, Virat Kohli"?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
That's how
Oh.
like that's why he put up the story. So people are saying it's he said it's the algorithm and by mistake and whatnot.
I feel like if he hadn't acknowledged it, it would have been like
No,
a
and
normal-
also when you're such a big star, people just assume that you have a team handling your Instagram.
Yeah, why would he?
So it could have been. It could have been. I would like to believe because I'm a big fan of the love story of Virat Kohli and Anushka Sharma. I want to believe
Oh,
that
I
it was his
forgot
team.
about the
It was his team.
wife.
Yeah, so don't
No,
burst
but
my
it-
But
bubble
what's the
there.
big deal if you
Yeah,
like a photo?
exactly.
What is there to believe in the love story?
I mean, it's a thirst trap and whatnot. So it's like,
Maybe he was
Is
just
he
commending her on her
slipping?
styling.
is he slipping from his? I mean, but that's the thing, right? If it was her own profile, we get it. It's a fan page, so it's a little more sus.
Maybe he wanted content like that for himself. He wanted a fan page.
I feel like this is only a topic because we're in India. Otherwise, I don't think.
No,
it
I
would
think
have
it's a
been.
topic everywhere. Even when that singer slipped in his, he was married to some model who was pregnant with his baby.
Yeah, he was fucking that other girl.
Who-
There's a
what?
difference between
Wait,
liking.
no, I
Wait,
thought
wait,
it
wait.
was
Who
just
the
ex.
fuck
Who
are you
was
talking
who?
about?
Adam Levine.
Ah.
No. He had a proper
Oh,
like
okay. I
affair.
thought it was
with
just
that
ex.
person. No. He had that and like yeah.
No, I think it depends on the context. Like if it's a normal post, yeah, obviously there's no issue. If it's a thirst trap and it's not, you're liking it when you're committed to someone and it's not even the original person's page, then there is some. I wouldn't be okay with it.
I feel like it's more innocuous because it's not that person's page.
Exactly. That's the only reason why.
Because it's not directly going to that. Like, it's not directly going to her. Like, she's not going to know that he like.
Yeah, but that's why it's weird. No.
Yeah. I
But
think
are
it's
you
a
Like
sure
if
it
you
was a
wanted
fan
to
page?
appreciate, you would have just gone on that person's page.
But are you sure it was a fan page?
Yeah, it was. That's why.
But
the
who's
whole-
this person again? Actress.
I have no idea
Oh.
who she is.
How is Singapore, guys?
Okay, so I was very sad that I couldn't go. These people came back and I was like, so how's Singapore? It's like, it's okay, it's whatever. Like they were so not excited to talk about it.
Yeah, why is that, guys?
No, I think for me,
Is it a lack of love for us, or is it a lack of love for Singapore?
yeah, it's a lack of love for Singapore. I didn't want to be in Singapore for my birthday, but because of visa issues, I had to be in Singapore.
You have a Singaporean passport.
No, then I would not have visa issues. It's a very strong passport. But no, it was just an easy visa for me to get, and I didn't
Right.
want to be in Kochi for my birthday. But the issue was, I feel like it's a very kid-friendly place. Like, you know, you've got Universal, you've got like gardens, parks, and stuff, and a lot of things for kids or people with kids to do. And when I travel, I like more history, culture, nature. So it was just like whatever. It was just like another city.
So Tessa loved it.
Tessa was barely there, but she also didn't. I don't think she liked it as much either.
Have you been there before?
My first time there.
But was it very different to how like it was when we went last time?
No, it's almost the fucking same. That's why I didn't enjoy it much, because I've already seen everything, and I thought like if I go 15 years later, something new would have come up. But no, it's almost the same. Like it's very similar to.
Did you guys do any exciting things? I heard there was a burlesque dancer involved somewhere.
Oh yeah, we had a Virat Kohli moment. IRL.
Yeah, we went for dinner on Shamli's birthday, and there was like a burlesque dancer, and I didn't know what burlesque means. I thought she'd just come do some.
What does
belly dance.
burlesque mean?
Basically, she gets fucking naked in front of us, and she targets one person.
It's erotic dancing.
Yeah, it's
And she
erotic
targets-
dancing,
and who
and
did
I
she
had no
target?
idea.
And
Huh?
what did she target?
So I didn't know
She wanted her to inform you. What?
No, but like it was chosen at random. She targeted me, and then like I think I was just sitting
Target.
there, and then she targeted another guy, but it was like
Do you make
But-
eye contact with her? Do you not make eye contact with her?
it's fucking awkward.
It's
because everybody's
the
looking at me.
only time I've seen him awkward before. He was awkward, nervous, and just scared. Because she
so
comes,
shy.
Yeah,
she
because
comes
I don't know what is
dancing-
going on.
she
Like
comes dancing towards Sharon, and then she makes him hold like the end of her like skirt scarf thing, and Sharon is holding it like like dirty laundry, and also not looking at her. And then she twirls away, and she's like. She basically reveals her like thong, whatever she's wearing, and then he's just
yeah,
like,
she
I don't
just-
want to be here.
She just kept getting naked, and then we took a photo. Like after that, we took a photo with her where like it's like a group photo where 4 people are just hugging and standing, but I'm like 3 meters away. So I'm holding it like I'm like
Like how Messi holds
yeah,
hands.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was basically messy.
That was quite an experience. And then she came and told us, "So I'm very sorry if you felt awkward. Like I had to."
Really?
No,
She
no,
said that?
no.
That's so sweet.
Because they have to do this with guys.
Yeah.
So she's like, "Thanks for being a sport." I was like, "Welcome."
I tried.
he meant welcome. He never said anything.
I thought welcome.
You didn't say anything.
I just said,
He just like
He was too shy to talk. I
He
can't
became
imagine.
the Indian tourist who just shook head.
we already had a very intimate moment after that. It was just there was no need to say sorry.
There was no need for words.
Yeah.
You say it best when you say nothing at all.
Yeah, we had gone way past that.
the best part is, so she's picked up. So it was mainly the guys who she was interacting with, and then at one point she came to Tessa with like a string attached to her thong or whatever, and she told Tessa to hold it. So Tessa's holding it, enjoying it, and then she wants to go, so she's like hitting Tessa's hand to let go of it. It was too funny. It was very enjoyable, honestly. But speaking about Singapore, on the way to Singapore, we were in a flight, and
oh my fucking god.
yeah. Just Sharan, please take over.
I didn't make this a reel. Parents with kids I think this is an Indian thing because Indian parents don't know how to tell no to their kids.
Is it like gentle parenting? No, like oh.
You know, it's a retarded parenting. It's like my son is the best. My son can
Ah.
do no wrong. He's still a child. So let's not
And the
teach
son
him.
is an 18-year-old with a beard.
let's not teach him the ways of the world. We were on the way to Singapore from Delhi, and I had a kid sitting right behind me, and he's probably like 6, 7 years old. And if you're 6, 7, you know what's happening in the world. And like he kept kicking my chair, so I turned around, and I've seen fights on the internet where the person who gets kicked turns and speaks to the kid directly. So then the parent doesn't like it.
Mm.
So I looked at the father. The father was sitting next to the kid. So I said, "Hey man, your son's kicking." So he's a. So I thought he understood because the kicking stopped, and then I went to sleep. And then I realized later that the kid also went to sleep at the same time. That's why the kicking stopped. Then I woke up, and in 5 minutes again the kicking started. So I again
You guys
turned
were
around. Huh?
You guys were synced.
Yeah. And then I turned around and I again told the guy, and he's like, "What can I do? He's a small kid." And then I genuinely wanted to get up from the chair and like swing at him. But I was like, no, calm. So I called the air hostess. And I told her this is an Air India flight. I called the air hostess and I said, the kid is kicking my chair. It's very uncomfortable. She's like, it's a kid. And I was like,
I would have
what
burned down the entire
fuck?
flight.
And there was another 1 hour left, but I just didn't want to create a scene, so I just sat there because like I was so mad. I was like fuming.
And he kept kicking.
No, I think he stopped after the little bit of
It
a
stopped. It
crack.
went on for 2 more minutes and then it stopped.
That's
But like,
so-
just like,
Yeah.
Okay,
and then on the way back also I got the same thing. It was a Delhi to Kochi flight, and this time the kid didn't even have its own seat. The kid was way younger. I think maybe 3, 4, maybe 4. But the kid was like fucking fat as fuck, I guess. Because he was sitting on his mom's lap, and any fucking moment it would touch my chair and it would keep moving, keep moving. The kid had a toy. The kid threw the toy, smashed my head. And this is after I told the lady, hey, can you just like ask your kid to fucking calm down? And it hit my head. And then I was, again, didn't know how to respond. So then she said, she didn't say, it's like she said sorry to the world. She's like, sorry. And then I again sat for 2 hours, and the last hour I just like I thought again I'd probably like beat someone up, so I got up and I went to the air host and I said I can't sit here anymore. So she's like, there's a seat right in the front, you can go sit there if you want. So I said yeah, sure. So I just came, took the back, but like oh my god.
No, I
I
understand.
feel like this is a very Indian parent thing only.
No, I understand like kids don't know any better when they're that small. But like it is completely 100% the parents' responsibility to like discipline, especially when you're in public and you're bothering somebody. Like, because I've also had like similar experience everywhere, theaters, flights, buses. It's never like I never get justice.
Yeah, but I still think it's an Indian parent thing, and like
Why do you
I
think it's
think-
just an Indian parent thing?
because
'Cause you
I've
don't
seen foreigners, I've
yeah.
seen Europeans where like before you can tell them, if they see a child kicking someone else's seat, they will fucking school the child before that third person has to complain. I've seen it so many times. It's just in India,
I
they're
feel
like
like
in India they're like, oh, if the kid is being entertained and if I get 5 minutes of peace, let the kid fucking burn down the aircraft also, I don't care. Like, oh, I'm just getting 5 minutes of peace, so let me just watch TV or whatever the fuck.
I feel like a lot of parents in India are just generally unaware of how to parent. Maybe because of their own upbringing, I don't know. But I think parenting itself is a craft. It's like it's a skill. I think a lot of parents in India are not aware of it, or they're not able to cope with certain things.
And then I might get blowback where they say, oh, you don't know what it feels like to be a dad or a mom, and you're tired when you have to take care of a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old. But that's your fucking job. It's your choice. You made the fucking child. Then make the child behave normally in public.
And also we have experience because like our mom is literally a kindergarten teacher, so we've seen her interact with kids. She's interacted with us, and I think it's only in India that my mom and I have had this conversation a lot, where it's only in India where the parents gucci-goo the kid way more than they're supposed to, like till the ages of 12, 15, 18. Whereas when you go outside, they sort of like, especially in Russia, it's really funny to watch like a parent and a 3-year-old interact, because the parent just treats them like an adult.
Yeah.
It'll be like,
yeah.
bro, what would you like to have today for breakfast? And the kid's like, yo, I want this. It's like a very formal relationship.
I don't know. I feel like it's not that all Indian parenting is bad.
Not all Indian parenting, but I think
Like, for instance, for me, when I see it, I think the relationship between parents and children in India is so deep and meaningful that it's not detached. Like, you actually feel like you want to provide for your parents, you want to give them the best life possible, you want to be there for family gatherings, you don't have to take an appointment to meet them. Whereas in the West, like, you're just treated as an adult so early on that you feel very detached from your parents. You're not living in the same house very early on in life.
Yeah, I feel like not one is not better than the
Yeah,
other.
it's just different
Yeah, it's
traditions, I
yeah,
would
like
say.
culturally we're very different.
Yeah.
Like we don't get independent
I-
until we're like 30.
I think it's not a
Because of-
matter of closeness, but I think parents find it difficult to see children as their own human beings, and children find it difficult to see parents as their own human beings in India. Whereas outside, that happens much earlier. And I think there's a lack of mutual respect when that happens in India as opposed to outside, because you're sort of seeing this person as God. As when you're a child, you're seeing your parent as a God. So there is a lot of love and respect and fear, yes, but there is a lot of things where you grow up thinking that way, and you grow up in a world where there is always someone to take care of you and clean up your shit. Especially as a boy, I've seen this.
Yeah,
When you're-
boys,
Yeah.
Especially as a boy. But when you're a girl, obviously you're given out to another family or blah 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 blah. But I think outside, you're seeing your parent and your children, the relationship is they're both human beings. Like there's no you protect me, I protect you. We're both trying
Individuals,
to we're
basically.
both trying to look out for each other. We're family at the end of the day. America is completely different. That's completely
yeah, I'm just talking about the West. Like, obviously, y'all have.
but just from what I've
experience
seen in
Russia.
Australia, the UK, US, like families there, I think family values are important, but it's not where they're Gucci going the kids and the parents feel like the kid is completely incapable. I feel like when the parent feels like the kid is completely incapable and they keep coaxing them towards doing things, the kid just grows up that way and the kid turns out to be incapable.
I mean, that's what I've grown up with a very different set of friends, and I don't think anyone was mollycoddled till like way later on in life. It was till while you're in school, your parents' responsibility, and that's how it is because you're not an adult. The minute you're an adult, I don't think anyone is mollycoddled.
I think that's very untrue. Like college, when you go back after college, when you go back home, like how well taken care of our kids. And even after college, like so many kids depend on their parents to find jobs, especially today.
I mean,
Like,
but
jobs
that's just like, I mean, that's the whole nepotism debate, right? Like, you are going to depend on your network, and your network is primarily your circles, and your parents are the ones who are introducing you to people. So that's just normal. I would say, like, it depends on the family background you're coming from.
I feel like if your parents are getting you into a good college, after that point, like networking is up to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
I've
but
not
for a
seen
lot
it.
of
That's what
for
I'm
a lot
saying.
of parents, it's like, oh, let me get my job in my friend's company because it's a good company. Like that is again, you're sort of incapable of doing your own stuff.
I don't see that. That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's just like, oh, why not do it if it's a good company and it's something that you would want to do?
100%. I'm not saying why not do it, but
Yeah.
I'm still saying that that's an aspect of your parents still wiping your ass when you're well into adulthood.
I think it's
That's
just
just my
different
opinion.
perspectives, yeah. Because for me, and the group that I have sort of grown up with, it's been very different. Um, for instance, a lot of us didn't even go back home after college. We were working. It was our first ever job at the age of 20, 21, and it's not easy to be in the workspace, especially in India, because it's a very, very brutal space to survive in. So if you're getting that extra support, and again, by support, I don't mean they're cleaning up your shit. It's just like, yeah, okay, if you want to work somewhere and I can provide you that access, why not? Like when you have a child, for instance, and they want to do something in the creative space where you have your wings spread out, you'll obviously try to do the best for them in a manner where they're not incapable at the end of the day, right?
I don't know personally. I don't know, but yeah,
I mean,
I guess that's the
it's
general.
just
that's
like
the
if you
general,
love
yeah.
someone, you'll want to make life easy for them. It's just that's the thought I would say behind.
No, but I just don't think it's the best. It doesn't always have to be the best. Like sometimes the struggle makes you who you are. So if you always do stuff for your kids at every juncture, then they just get used to it, and then they don't know how to function themselves because they're always used to like depending
Being
on their
guarded.
parents for whatever. So I just don't think it's the best approach. Obviously, you want to help your kids, but if you help them at every fucking this thing, then they're just going to be used.
Yeah, like
they
I
have
feel
that-
like outside of India, for example, in Australia, you can get a part-time job, and most kids get a part-time job when they're around 14, 15. And that just sort of teaches you the value of money. Whereas in India, it's that habit is not there where you you enter some kind of workspace, whether it's a part-time job. That I think the culture is not a thing here as much.
Yeah, that culture is not a thing.
Yeah,
We don't
it's
do
not.
Especially
part-time
with the middle
jobs.
class, middle
We
class.
don't do part-time jobs even in college.
Yeah,
Um,
I know a lot of parents who are against their kids from doing who are
That's
against
what
their
I
kids.
think it's a cultural thing. It's also seen as
Yeah.
like a pride
No,
thing.
and
I
all,
feel
but
like
there's no
certain
money in the
families.
part-time job. Like you being a waiter in India doesn't pay you anything.
But
Whereas the same thing if you go abroad, like a lot of people who are studying in the US, UK, wherever, they're doing jobs at canteens, baristas, restaurants, wherever, library. But you're getting paid. There's minimum wage, which makes sense for you to do it, and you want to support your family and ensuring they don't have to fund you throughout.
like at the very
In-
least, you can at least take care of your
take
own.
care of your
That's what
day-to-day
culturally
expenses.
it's
In
not a
India, it
thing
doesn't even
here,
make
yeah.
sense. Why would you want to put in 8 hours of work to earn 200 rupees? Right? Like, you'd rather use that time to actually gain some skill, knowledge, whatever.
I mean, even most internships after you're done with college doesn't pay as much. So
It
it's
doesn't,
like,
for the longest time, I think when we were in college, there was no payment.
yeah, there was no payment.
This whole, like, stipend thing has come very, very, like, later on in life, I would say. But again, I think it's like abroad when you're outside India, getting help at home is very expensive, right? So you're used to doing the whole chores yourself. Whereas in India, you're like, why should I spend my time cleaning, cooking, whatever, when I can actually get that help at a very minimal wage,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's like different countries have different, what do you call it, aspects, and that's what influences the parenting or the lack of it, right? So I don't think it's like a formula that will fit every space the same. And I honestly, like, even the whole money thing, I feel like Indians are very good with money generally. We don't see a lot of it, that's different. But I think we're very mindful with the way we spend and stuff because it's something that you've grown up seeing as an issue. Like, majority of India is not rich. So when you grow up seeing the struggles that your parents are facing to put you through school, through college, take you on a trip, I feel like it's something that you want to change when you grow up. So you are mindful. Like a lot of people, we are definitely not the norm. You know, the
Yeah,
ability that we
100%.
have, like to sit in a cafe every single day, spend $200 on a coffee every single day is not normal.
But you know what the problem is? When the parents come with their kids to the coffee shop and they put the kids on the table with shoes. 3-year-old
That is a
kids in French toast. I've seen so many fucking times.
No, but in general, I have a problem with gentle parenting. The trend of gentle parenting. I don't think it fucking works.
Yeah, I don't
What
think it
is
works.
helicopter parenting?
Helicopter parenting is like, you know, tiger moms. Like you're just like always hovering over.
You're always around.
You're always
So
hovering
even when the
over.
kids are hanging out, you're always sort of just like watching from a
Like
distance.
these are the parents who do their kids' assignments. Like everything. Like talking to the teachers. Like I was surrounded by moms like that growing up. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
I can think of so many right now.
Yeah, my mom was always scared of those moms.
When I was in the 7th grade, a group of us went to a friend's house, and the dude's mom just didn't like me because I was cooler, taller, smarter than all the other kids. So she had it in her head that I had failed 2 years, and I was in this class as a result of that. And that's why I also had friends who were seniors. So this dude is like a fucking like psychopath. He once took my phone, and in Russian newspapers there'll be like a corner where you can call like a prostitute or something, and you can have phone sex with them or something, and he used my phone for that. So
Oh
this
my
is the type
God.
of dude that guy is, and this was in school. So after school, he called us to his house, and his mom was like the stereotypical helicopter mom, where her son can do no wrong, and she always needed to know what was happening around him.
Boy mom.
Yeah, and we opened up Pornhub because we were in the 7th grade and we had nothing better to do. We played like 2 hours of WWE, so that dopamine was exhausted. And I don't know how she knew, but from like we opened Pornhub, we saw the first thumbnail, we were gonna click it, and then let's call him Ujwal, what are you boys doing? And I'm convinced that she could see like what we were doing on the screen. Like she had tapped into his laptop or something.
No,
like
you have those controls you can set on your internet, right? So
Yeah.
the minute it's an A-rated website, it
Like a
sort of
parental control
gets a
thing.
notification. Yeah. I just feel like also when it's boys, the mothers are just crazy sometimes. Like,
I've dated like boys who've been like boy moms, and whatever I don't know. They can do like the most heinous thing, and it's like my son can never,
Can do no wrong.
ever.
I feel like we had the opposite experience where
I
we were
feel like
always
I'm a boy mom, but my mom's retarded.
like she.
What do you mean
She's
you're
not
not?
retarded,
just
but
to
it was
make-
the opposite of.
No, for example, I'm called mama's boy, and I don't see that as a negative thing. I think
That's
that's
what
positive.
I was going to say.
But with mama, it's the opposite of it's like
We're always wrong.
yeah.
We're always wrong.
No, so before we get into this boy mom girl dad thing, it's just there is no shame in loving your parents. It's just any relationship, romantic or whatever, maternal, paternal, whatever. Anything in excess is dangerous. It's
Yeah.
lethal.
Yeah, don't be fucking your parents.
But I
All
don't
that.
think no, I don't think it's the boy's issue. I'm talking about
Yeah, I
the
think-
Yeah,
mother goes
Yeah, I'm saying
crazy.
in general,
Yeah.
any relationship.
Yeah.
There is no shame in it. It's just
There has to
that-
be a normal level of
yeah,
love.
there has to be some boundary. Like you know how those men you see even after like marriages, the mom is just doing everything still
Yeah,
up in
yeah,
their
yeah.
business.
Yeah.
Those kind of things.
Yeah.
Okay, now about our mom. Go on.
Yeah.
I already said
Yeah, I know Mama's watching this and her
Personal-
heart is in her.
Personal messages are coming.
she's a hater.
This, yeah, because I feel like, for example, if we're in a classroom setting and I do something fucked up, like she will always take the teacher's side. She will always take, which is a good thing, I think. But I have to say, this one time I fucked up an exam really badly, and the teacher was like just giving it to me in front of her, and then she's like, you know what, he worked really hard for this exam. I don't think the mark is like a
Just-
accurate reflection of how hard he worked. And I was like, damn, thanks lady.
Then she beat you up.
She beat me up, but yeah, I feel like we had smart parents. Like I had a phase where in the 7th, 8th grade, I used to like talk back to the teachers all the time. I'd fight with them because at that I feel like that's the age when you develop some amount of logic and where you realize, whoa, these people are just fucking with you because there's a power dynamic here. And I would just yell back at them. They would be yelling at me. It would be a whole scene in class. And then my parents were like, dude, there's nothing's going to come out of you yelling at them in class. Just take them to the side, be nice to them, suck their dick a little, and they'll give you good grades. They'll give you everything. And I was like, fuck. As an 8th grader, that's like, and I think that's a good thing. I don't think that's the thing that most parents teach their kids. But yeah, your mom's a hater.
Your mom's.
Yeah, my mom's a hater. She just hates.
I think she just hates in public. I'm sure in private she's like,
She privately supports us.
yeah.
My mom clapped so I couldn't hear anyone else. What is the line?
I don't know.
What?
My mom clapped so I didn't need to hear anyone else. You guys haven't heard this one.
I don't know the
I think
clapping.
your
bit.
algorithm is...
Yeah.
No, this is a fuck. My mom.
So you
dude.
couldn't hear the haters boo.
No. My mom clapped. Fuck, I'll tell you, this is the gayest thing in the world. Like at least 500 people who I follow on Instagram share this. My mom clapped. My mom clapped so loud for me that I never noticed who didn't.
Oh my
Whoa. that is
Boy
gay.
mom. Liked by all boy moms.
god.
Like at least I saw at least 5 people share it on Mother's Day and shit.
But I feel like moms, I just think, so personally, that moms, it's better to be on that side of being moms rather than the side of moms which is like just sucking their son's dick and being like, I feel like a lot of boys in this hometown that we live in would benefit from a mom that didn't support everything that they do and wasn't so subservient to their whole family. Like even for us, there have been so many times where like I was in like a drama class thing and it was like annual day and this kid just kept coming and irritating me, and he's a younger kid and I wanted to beat the shit out of this kid, and my mom was fixing something on my hair or something, and this guy comes and pinches me again and my mom turns and like smacks the shit out of him before I
I
could.
like it. But
And I feel like those things, like she was a very real mom. Like she kept it real. I think boys need that. I don't think we need more validation than we already get.
My god, I can't believe y'all went through so many experiences in school. I used to just go, study, come back home,
Bro.
chill, do my homework,
School
hang
was
out with my friends.
war.
I-
School is literally war.
You know, but it's so funny how everybody has such a different experience. Like I genuinely sometimes when y'all talk about school, I just can't relate. I was like, it was not that deep for me at all. I was literally just. I think it's also because I had an elder brother who's paved the entire way for me. Like teachers knew me because of Abhishek. His friends knew me because of him. People in my class knew me because of him. So I was just like, my life was a bubble in school.
Yeah, but you were also academically, you were good.
Yeah, but
So
even otherwise, like, there's no boy drama, nothing. Like, very, very, like, straightforward. Literally.
Like, I remember, like, during school time, especially, like, Amma and I used to fight all the time. Like, especially, like, hormones raging against each other. Like, my dad would just be in a corner, just like, oh my God. Like, morning, like, getting ready to, like, we would just fight. But end of the day, like, she knew how bad school was for me and stuff, especially the teachers. I'm not talking about the kids, because kids you can't do much. Like, that's your own fight. But when it comes to that kind of shit where the teachers used to like slut shame me and like call me out for no reason, and academically also I was not great, so that added to this. She used to have my back. Like, she would fight them, she would like yell back. She's like, see, you just have to take care of her academics.
Yeah.
Don't, like, that's
Moral police.
yeah. So that was like, that mentally really helped me, because if not for that, I would have been completely like,
Yeah, no, for that you definitely need like your parents
yeah,
to
she
support
always had my back that way.
Yeah.
I feel like for us, like if it was real shit, like getting caught out late or like something in school or like cops or something, we could go to our dad, but we couldn't go to him for emotional stuff. But we could go to our mom for emotional stuff, but we couldn't go to her for the cop stuff because she would lose her shit for that. So I think we had a good balance of But I think we also had, like, early on we figured that these people are people. They're not. I think we had a good equation with our family because everyone was making fun of each other. That respect, that hierarchy thing was not as serious, and you can see that in the blogs clearly. The relationship we had. But I mean, I also had like a insane school life because of him, because he paved the way for me always. I was Sharna's brother there also. But then eventually I became a legend in my own right.
Okay, Harry Potter.
How are you a
Calm down.
legend in your own right? What is the
This
legendary
always comes to
tales of Aryan Nair in school?
One of the coolest things that has happened to me is the day I left school, I spray painted the school.
Like graffiti.
Yeah, and it was a little cringe. I wrote Ren's Kingdom, like Ren as an R-E-N, like Aryan Kingdom. And I drew a...
I
and
commend you for talking about this on a podcast.
I was 16, okay?
And you're a legend for Ren's Kingdom.
Wait. And I wrote some shit about the principal because I didn't fuck with the principal. Then some like inside jokes here and there. And this was on Saturday, and it was washed off by Monday morning.
The kingdom didn't last quite long.
No, the kingdom is forever.
Sunday, Google Street View passes by, and it gets that wall. So on Google Street View, it has been immortalized.
It's forever Ren's Kingdom.
If you look up that school, it says Ren's Kingdom.
Even now?
Which is fucking awesome. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Which is nice, I guess.
So that's the legendary shit.
That's one of the things, yeah.
Give us more. Tell us.
I can't think of more.
This
I don't know.
is a conversation.
This is from my autobiography, guys. Sorry.
You've not had, other than shitting stories, do you have any other legendary school story? Because we know you were the popular kid in school.
11th and 12th, I barely went to school. I was so popular, I didn't go.
Wow.
I think Shetler was always popular in the way where he was enigmatic. Like, people wanted to know more about him, but he was quiet. He didn't do much. He had his own circle of friends.
Mysterious.
So, like,
Yeah.
how it is now?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, sort of like that. Like, he's the fastest guy in school, so that obviously gives you aura points. Then he was skinny and he was good looking. And the guys used to call him gay, but girls used to have a crush on him. So, aura points. I feel like kids like that have a certain aura, but I was more just like loud. And
You're an aura farmer.
I'm an aura farmer, yeah. I had to try. I had to work hard.
He had it easy.
He had it easy. He was born with it for my
In
aura.
school, it was my dream to just be cool, just for like an hour.
What is cool in school?
No, like back then, whatever was
Cool in
considered
school is a
school.
feeling. It's a feeling.
Yeah, it's a
feeling.
feeling.
Put a
It's like,
word to it.
I mean, with guys, it's easier. It's like if you just walk around the corridor spinning a book,
That's
you're
just
already
life,
cool.
yeah.
You're
With the
already
pen
cool.
and whatnot.
Yeah, the pen fight. You're like
Flirting
half
with the teacher.
Yeah, the French tucked,
Flirting with the
shirt.
teacher, that's Pornhub.
That is
No,
something else. But
there were so many people who used to flirt with teachers in school just to get like an extra mark or two. I'm sure Sharan's done it.
Not for the marks.
For pure flirting.
For the marks.
He was doing it for the journey, not the destination.
No, but I think for guys, boys, it was always different. Like if you were like
Good with the seniors.
good
at
with
sports.
like moderately good also passes.
Yeah.
And if you've had like one fight, oh my god, bad boy image.
Yeah.
Sorted.
Or you have to be like ugly, fat, and funny. That's it.
I think that
No, there's a lot of people who just. No, seriously. In my school, there were a lot of people who just had funny as a personality.
that is
and it was
just
not
the
funny.
life.
Yeah,
Like, if
yeah,
you're ugly,
fair.
you have to be funny. I was one of
Yeah.
those. Like I need to like depend on being funny and being like
Yeah.
this thing to be noticed, because otherwise, nothing.
I feel like it's the tryhards that didn't do well in school. Like I used to have a friend who would put up Snapchat photos. So in Moscow in the winter, you have to go sit in the car, turn the engine on, sit there for 10-20 minutes, and then only you can drive it, because otherwise the engine has to thaw out, because like -20, -30. And this dude, without fail, in the 8th grade, every fucking morning, he would wear his dad's watch. He would sit in his car, he'd put his hand on the steering wheel, and I know he's warming the car up, but to the bitches on Snapchat,
Oh, it
he's
looks
driving a
like
BM
Oh.
and holding a rollie.
But this also like very different, because like generation stuff
Yeah.
have it. Like, because we didn't have like Snapchat, no. So
No, we had Snapchat. Fuck, what do you mean? The biggest flex on Snapchat is when you drive.
Oh,
and
the speedometer.
You had Snapchat? In school?
Yeah, no, not. I mean, I was in school. I was done with school, but Snapchat was
no,
such
I'm
a
just
biggie.
talking about like when we were
Oh, in school, yeah.
Yeah. I remember technology was such a new thing in school. My cousin, who was much younger than me, Popo, he made me download WhatsApp, and I was like, no, I'm getting a virus with this shit. I deleted it the next day.
Snapchat had this thing called like a speedometer, where
Yeah.
I don't know how it would do it actually.
Yeah.
Because you take a picture, and when you're in a moving car, it'll show how fast you're moving. Like it'll be
What
like
do you mean? Like
it'll
Like
literally
it'll-
like it's like a you know the time. There's like a time filter. There's like a weather filter.
Yeah.
And then you flip, and it's like how fast you were going when that photo was taken, or when that video was
The
taken.
goal is to go faster so that the photo has like 180 kilometers.
180 kilometers
I
per
don't
hour,
know
200
any of
kilometers
this.
per hour. We hit
You
that
can
in a
do it on
Santro
video
once.
Oh,
You can do it on video and you can do it on photo also.
Photos,
Yeah. That was fucking. That was aura. That was aura farming back in the day.
we had to recharge for internet.
Yeah, and you'll get 1,000 texts
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
month
yeah,
or
yeah.
1,000,
something.
100 messages.
Yeah,
a day.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. So my first phone, again, I begged my parents to buy me a phone. They didn't, but my uncle at the time had given me like Vishu money,
Mm.
and I got $5,000. That's the most I've gotten even till now. So our Bhavan's uniform is like this steam ironed shawl that covers nothing. I don't know why it's there, but my phone was so small. So I bought my phone with that money. My phone was so small, it would like I could hide it right at the fold.
Mm.
So I could get away with it. But like at the time when 11th and 12th people would like bring phones and like your flip phone phones and
Yeah.
stuff, they used to get caught. But mine
Sneak
was
in,
just
yeah.
just on my chest.
Yeah.
Weirdest place you guys have made out in while you guys were in school.
I
Like in
never made
school
out
or
in
outside
school.
of school?
Like when you were in that age.
That
Bet-
age.
Below the age of 20.
Weirdest place below the age of 20.
Oberon Mall fire exit. Cafe coffee day. Bathroom. Just make out. You know that cafe coffee day is not even. It doesn't exist anymore. It was an
The one
MG
in
road.
MG Road,
Yeah. Where else?
You?
For me, I think girls' bathroom
Which girls' bathroom?
very
Which
vague.
girls' bathroom?
in Russia. Not in school. In choice, I never made out with anyone in school. JD Pack.
RC. I made out
Honestly,
in
I've never
RC.
made out. But that
But
was
these
one
are
of my
normal
dreams.
places. There's nothing weird
What is
about
a
it.
normal place?
All of them are normal places only. There's nothing weird about it.
Girls' bathroom is normal place.
Girls' bathroom, yeah, I'm talking about
But
like
girls' bathroom.
RSC
Which
and all.
girls' bathroom?
The girls' bathroom. Which
You
girls-
mean like girls' bathroom in the school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which,
Not like
girls-
Yeah,
a
you
girls'
are not just
bathroom.
giving
Oh
me.
no, in the school girls' bathroom.
Okay, that is
okay.
weird. I think for me,
Car.
yeah, car. But that's again normal, I guess.
What? Have I no car? I never reached that level.
Yeah.
Oh,
car.
bus. Raila Camp bus, which was a controversy
Raila
at the
camp.
time.
Oh, Raila camp.
That was when I was like,
thing.
oh, slut shame.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she makes out with guys in bus.
Oh, I didn't make out with
How old
anyone
were
in
you?
school.
9th grade, bro.
You were 14.
Yeah.
Irene was 8.
Did you even know how to kiss at 8?
I didn't
He
even the
knew
age of
more.
5.
He knew much
I-
more.
You were
Yeah.
teaching the girl.
when I was
He
4
started
years old.
watching porn at the fucking age of 4. We used to call him baby porn.
When I was 4 years
You
old,
should have given him
I used, to
therapy.
have, I used to have a friend, like a Congolese friend, who was cool with like, he was friends with like these druggy Russian kids that were our age. Because that age, 13, 12, 13, already kids are smoking, kids are doing drugs. And I was 5 and he was like 8. And he's like, Aryan, you know how people make kids? And I was like, yeah, they kiss, obviously, dumb fuck. And he's like, no,
Dumb fuck.
no, dumb fuck. Something comes out of your dick. It's like a
Oh
little
my
worm.
god.
And it goes into the woman when you put it in her. And I was like, yo! Thankfully I was a smarter kid, so I didn't go to kindergarten and tell everyone. But I did look down on everyone from that day hence. But I didn't know the word porn until I was in 3rd grade. Until then I was just looking
Third
at
grade,
woman
you knew
boobs.
about it, but
3rd grade,
Ninth
somebody said, do you
grade?
watch porn? I was like, I don't know what that is. And then I went home and I was like, yeah, I know what this is.
but
Not a
that's,
big
I
deal.
feel like kids in your generation have grown up far too soon. Like I think collectively were just so dumb as children. We were like happy playing our little ball
And it was
games.
also
and
like in the availability of internet was,
It was
very
not
different.
there,
Like,
yeah.
They were
I
also
didn't
playing
have.
ball games.
he was playing a different ball game.
Oh, yeah. He literally playing different ball game. Like I remember in the 9th, one of our friends like, oh dude, guys, did you know there's something called anal? We were like, what? What is this? That like a
Anal.
new dish?
So many
And-
Malayali guys call Anil.
Yeah, and just more. And this so
You just
Yeah,
Just
he's
one.
a
It
very
is a-
there's a director called Just Joy.
yeah. The Drishyam was made by him?
No, that's Jitu Joseph.
Oh yeah, sorry.
What the hell, guy? You?
No, but
How do you not know this?
Oh no, Sunday holiday, right?
I don't know. I just know that Just Joy. He did that one. Asif
Just
Ali
Joy.
movie
it just gets worse.
with
Yeah.
I think with Asif Ali and Aishwarya Lakshmi.
Oh, I know the movie. I don't know the name.
It's a
but
cute
yeah.
movie.
Yeah,
This
it's
is like
cute.
how in North Indians, in like Marwadi weddings, we have a function called Myra.
Yeah, but Myra is also a North Indian name, no? For
I've not
Yeah.
heard. I've
Our
heard of
school-
Amira.
our
I've
choice
not heard of
school
Myra.
warden's
Myra's
name
also-
was-
yeah.
Her surname was Myra.
Oh yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so this phenomenon was explained to us through this friend, and I was like, what? And then only I was like, oh, there's this other thing also, which is like normal sex, and that was like it blew our minds.
Blew your mind, yeah. Like I feel like I was a very dumb child in school. Like just to the point, study, make friends, play sports, get out. No extracurricular activities.
I
for
think
me.
I also
Wow.
grew up only because I had an extra, like I had an elder brother.
I mean, but even I had one.
Yeah, but this guy was
Psycho.
his friends were like, in Darbar. So for context, we had a restaurant in Russia called Darbar. And there was a computer inside, and that computer was the hub for what is it, cricket game,
Stick cricket.
stick cricket, watching like mini clip, watching stuff. So once we had like a friends get together, all the kids were at Darbar, and I remember walking in, and I can hear a song playing, and Harry Potter visuals, and all these kids are surrounding the computer, and it's a song called Uncle Fucker playing, and I had and I had no idea. I was like, "What? How can you put these two words together? What does this word mean?" And then I wanted to tell Mama, Shatta's listening to Uncle Fucker, but they stopped me. Yeah, I feel like when you have elder siblings like this, and they're around guys like that, you get exposed to things much earlier. Like they had a sleepover where they watched Borat together, and I was so upset because they didn't let me watch it. But as a kid, when you don't let the kid do something, obviously the kid's gonna go and do it all alone. I just had a more lonely experience watching Borat.
Yeah, I feel like 9th is when I had like a different set of friends. So, and I mostly had guy friends. So I was always exposed to these kind of like information
Yeah.
and things like that.
I don't know. I think I wanted to believe that nobody is doing anything wrong or like something they shouldn't be doing. Like I genuinely believed that none of my batchmates drank while they were in school, smoked while they were in school. I genuinely, till I was in 3rd year of college, I was like, yeah, none of my friends started. We started much later. And literally everybody has started in 9th grade.
Yeah, similar.
I remember being 13 and Shatta's friends are all 18, 19, 20, and we're coming back from football, and they're all talking about hentai. And Shatta has no idea what's going on. He's like, I don't know what that is. And they're all laughing at me, being like, oh, he doesn't know what hentai is. I was like, it's anime porn, right? And Sharta just looks at me, Aryan, you're 13. And I was like, sorry, bro. But yeah, I think my generation, because of the internet,
Yeah, it's just easier. I mean,
Yeah, it's
everything's
just easier
available at your
access.
Yeah.
fingertip.
we used to have internet blockers. I think my parents tried blocking the internet a bunch of times, but I think kids always find a way.
Yeah,
to
because I remember when
find things
we
to
got
jack off to.
introduced to computers, it was that desktop,
Yeah.
and every family had one computer. So you had to like Abhishek and I used to fight over like who's gonna get to play on the computer. And when you get that 1 hour, we were busy looking up songs and the lyrics and like writing them down so you can learn them later. So playing Dave and stuff.
Yeah, that.
like very very different.
Okay, guys, thank you for watching this podcast. We'll be back in the next one next week. See you.
Shout out to my mom.
Yeah, I hope Mama doesn't watch this.
She watched every
She
episode.
fucking beat me up.
She's going to be so mad.
She's a great mom. She's a great mom.
You don't have to convince me.